What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Doe. Today I'm bringing y'all another trading recap. It's currently October 21st, 2024. It's a Monday. Man, I hope y'all had a great start to the trading week because I sure did. I made a little over 7,700 in just a couple of minutes trading the Nasdaq. And y'all, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, bro. I honestly think the Asia session might just be my favorite session. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I feel like LeBron in Miami. I can't be stopped. I literally cannot be stopped. I'm literally undefeated so far. Hey, I'm not trying to jinx myself, but bro, I just feel so good, man. And man, let's get into the trade recap, and I'm gonna show y'all how I caught this setup. So, first thing first, like always, we gotta go to the daily, see what the daily talking about. So, on the daily, I marked out my previous week low and my previous week high. And I also marked out this weekly fair value gap that price is still respecting on this weekly time frame. Cause as you can see, price just came up, but it wicked back down and the body closed right inside of this 50% of this fair value gap. And it looks like this previous week is going to do the same thing. I honestly want this week, because we're pretty high in premium, I want price to sell off this week, honestly. But it look like we consolidating, so we might consolidate for the rest of the week, or we might just sell to the downside. That's what I'm looking at, because we had swept these highs right here, boom, and we just got a bunch of sell side liquidity to the downside. So I honestly looking for sales this whole week. But elections coming up soon, so the market gonna be kind of crazy. So at this point, I'm honestly don't know what price is going to do, but I want price to sell off to the downside. But yeah, I got my previous week high marked out right here, previous week low marked out right here. So now we go to the daily. So same thing for the daily. We're high in this premium range right here. Boom, we swept these highs. We clear these highs right here. Boom. Now we got this order block right here that look like price is respecting. As you can see, look at the daily. Looks like it's going to be bearish, but it's still early in the session to make my bias off of that. But honestly, I think price could take out this previous day high and continue to sell off during the New York session, but that is just my guess. But on the daily, I marked out my previous day low right here, my previous day high, because this is my two major draws on liquidity. So now we go to the 4-hour. And this was kind of tricky a little bit. I'm not going to lie to y'all, because we're somewhat consolidating, but it really don't look like we're consolidating on the lower time frame, because it's a lower time frame and this is the bigger time frame. But it looks like we're just like in this choppy range right here. And I also noticed that price is respecting this fair value gap right here. So honestly, I'm looking for price to sell out to the downside long term, because we already came all the way to the upside and filled this fair value gap. And we got a bunch of sell side liquidity to the downside, like right here. Boom, this previous day low, boom. Got liquidity right here. Boom, liquidity right here, boom. And as well as this previous week low. The only liquidity we really got to the upside is the previous day high. This liquidity right here and these previous week high right here. So honestly, I really want price to sell out to the downside. So that's why I kind of look for sales also. But I went to the 1 hour. Let me erase this. So I went to the 1 hour, and as you can see, price had came up, created this relative equal highs right here. Even though price took this out, it didn't really clear it like all the way. Like it didn't have like no obvious draw on liquidity. It literally just barely scraped it and came back to the downside. So I knew price was gonna come back up and take all this out. As you can see, this is a major grab of liquidity right here. You see the big difference. Price let me see. Price took this zone out and ran literally over 100 ticks And when price barely swept this liquidity, it literally looked like it swept. Literally, yeah, not even 10 ticks. So I already knew price was gonna come back and sweep these highs, which it did. Boom, price came back and mitigated this fair value gap right here. Boom, now it looks like price is buying up to the upside. So knowing that, I marked out my my GAN box to mark out my range. So from this wick low right here, boom, to this current high right here, boom. So right now it shows that we're currently in a premium range. So that's why I'm looking to price to sell out to the downside. And I also noticed at the time that we also had this this fair value gap right here that I wanted price to mitigate. So I went down to the 15-minute. Oh yeah, we also got major draws on liquidity right here, which is right at the 50% of this range. As you can see, 0.5, and we got this wick right here, which is liquidity. So knowing that, I went to the 15-minute. As you can see, this is the same fair value gap that's on the hourly. So I seen that price had came down, tapped into the fair value gap right here, came back up, came back down, tapped into the fair value gap, disrespected it, but price still ramped up, displaced, respected this level right here, came up, displaced to the upside once again, leaving this big fair value gap that I wanted price to mitigate. So knowing that, I also seen that price respected this wick right here. It failed to break this. So knowing that, I know that buyers are weak. So they kind of gave me more confirmation to take sales to the downside. And I went to the 5-minute. I also saw that price started to retrace towards the downside. So now I was just looking for my model to get in to continue to participate in this sell out to the downside. So I got on the charts around 610, I think. Yeah, around 610. And off the rip, I noticed that we had this fair value gap right here. Boom. Price swept these swept these highs right here. So cleared. So once price swept these highs, price displaced to the downside right here, leaving the fair value gap, which that's where I got in right here. And I was targeting this low. So once price traded below this low right here, I went break even. And I took my first partials right here. Boom. And I hit full TP right here. So honestly, this was a very, very, very good trade. You had multiple opportunities to get in. You could have got in right here as soon as price has swept these highs. You could have got in right here on this fair value gap, targeting these sell stops to the downside. Is buy side liquidity. The second trade you could have took was the trade I took where price had swept these highs once again. It broke, came down to the downside, taking out these eternal lows right here. As y'all can see, boom, leaving the fair value gap right here that price had tapped into. And the second trade, you could have caught the continuation. So as you can see, price came back, respected my zone, displaced to the downside again, came back up. Price had mitigated this area. Once you seen price was respecting this order block right here, you also could have got in, taking it to the downside. But yeah, obviously this is a very, very good trade. Honestly, I wish I would have left the runner because I got out at a 1 to 3.5, so about 3.5 R that I made. But you see how I had this 0.5, this equilibrium marked out. I could have honestly just left the runner to this like equilibrium right here, but I wanted to get out a little early because I seen we had this hourly fair value gap right here, and I didn't know how strong this area was gonna be. So that's why as soon as price tapped into it multiple times, I had got out. Cause look, I seen price was respecting it. You see this wick right here. Boom, it rejected, came back up. Boom, rejected it, then it rejected it once again. So honestly, I thought price was just gonna take me out before coming back to the downside, but as you can see, price continued to sell off heavily. So that's why sometimes you gotta respect your overall bias. As a trader, you know, your trade's not going to be perfect all the time. Like as you can see with mine, I could have left the runner and made a little bit more, but you know, we live and learn each day as a trader, and you just gotta live to trade another day. You can't, you know, be too hard on yourself, because each trade, it's not going to be your best execution. But overall, you know, still 3.5 R. You can't complain on that. Made 7,700 on the day, and yeah, man, it was overall a very, very, very solid traded session during the Asia session. And yeah, we didn't have no news. I think we might have news tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah, we got FOMC at 9. We got the Richmond manufacturing index. So we got medium news tomorrow during the New York session. So I might look to trade the New York session as well, just depending on how price action looks. But yeah, y'all, this ends the recap of this trade. A very, very, very good trade, man. If I would have held, we would have caught over 171 ticks, which is beautiful. But yeah, man, let me know down below if y'all learned anything new. If y'all did, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all comment and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.